So give me a few minutes to set that up.
All right, so do you guys want to start with the herby first or the victor? I feel like we should go herbs first. So let's go ahead and start.
Yeah, Melted Snow Girl insists that you
insist.
start with the urban mech.
Then by all means, I must do a thing. One thing to note is here's the quirks: energy cooldown 10%, energy range of 5%, missile cooldown of 15%, missile range 10, velocity 10, and then it's got the multitude of armor quirks that the herby has. It looks like it's pretty much standardized with all the others as well. And of course the rate of heat loss, which again all the others have as well, and that's to supplement the extra heat sinks. So let's go ahead and just take a gander at this. Just noticed, oh wow, this is actually a pretty cool camo pattern.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think all the
I agree with that.
camo patterns are really good.
They're dark, like browns and really dark browns.
It's earth colors. I dig it.
It almost looks like there's a dragon in there. There is a dragon, I think.
There are.
Like wrapped around.
Change the colors. You'll be able to see them easier.
I think someone on the forums basically pointed out that they basically correspond with 5 Chinese elements. So earth, wind, fire, water, and metal.
There you go. All right, so what does this herby bring to the table that the rest don't? Well, missile and energy.
Missiles.
None of the others have missile, and all the others have ballistic and energy, whereas this one has missile and energy. You also have 3 missile with 2 missile with 3 energy. And of course, let's go ahead and showcase. We're gonna do Indo, we're gonna do double, we're gonna do an XL, more than likely 180. We gotta fit the other double heat sinks on here. And there we go. 14 tons, 360 alarm. You guys. Here's an MRM40. So, doesn't look like it adds anything, I think. So if we do 220s. Dead? Yeah, there you guys go. Oh my gosh, look at that thing. That's ridiculous.
All right, guys, we're giving away another Thanatos Ultimate Pack. Hashtag Thanatos2 in chat right now for your chance to win. Good luck, Mech Warriors.
Like, who does that to an herby? And of course, the energy mounts. We're used to those. Nothing too crazy. I will toss on these just so you guys can see. High mounts across the board. Nothing changes as far as that's concerned. Of course, jump jets as well. So yeah, I know some people will probably run MRMs, rockets. I could see like medium pulse, and an MRM or ER mediums and MRMs as well. You do have to worry about the tonnage. Of course, MRM 10s, maybe even 20s. Difference being is, right, 2 MRM 10s is lighter, but of course, if you're hardpoint starved and you want the same amount, like if this was only 1 missile, you could just throw on a 20. So there's that.
I think the other thing to consider as well is sometimes maybe even just going a single MRM40 might be better on this mech just because it doesn't increase the arm geometry size.
There's that as well. Pretty cool color combinations you can do.
I believe, guys, that they'll increase the chance of Rubellite Oasis popping up, at least for a certain amount of time. That's typically, I think,
normally
what happens.
what we do, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let me go ahead and hop over to the next one, which is
By the way, guys, for all these loyalty rewards, I do know that you can still qualify through today. I heard some rumors that it was going past today, but nobody's in the office, unfortunately, for me to ask. But I do know that if you buy anything today, that still applies for the loyalty rewards.
My understanding is that the cutoff happens once the servers pretty much go down, but again, don't take my word for it.
This is probably the most detailed camo pattern.
Gas Guzzler, yes, we did already check out the Thanatos. This will go live up on YouTube today, so you will be able to see it if you missed it. If anybody missed it, you can check out the Thanatos, as well as Phil does a pretty good tour of Rubellite Oasis. So that'll all be up on YouTube today, and we'll post those links as soon as they're live.
Yeah, this is beautiful camo pattern, by the way. Stork, water, the art across the board. Again, the ballistic arm here. So this Griffin is actually a little bit different than the others, where it does have a ballistic. It would be very similar to a Wolverine in that case. Of course.
I'm curious whether Bamlet had anything to do with these patterns.
I don't know.
Before she took off.
Right,
if not, I want to learn who the new
yeah, we need to
artist
find out.
is.
We probably need to know anyways. That would be a good podcast.
Time for another interview.
Podcast, yeah.
Yep.
All right. So again, what does this bring to the table that the others don't? And that's ballistic in the right arm. No other Griffins have that. It's all energy and missile, or just straight up energy. So again, when I looked at this and I saw this was comparable to the Wolverine, if you will. It does have a few things. One thing to note, it does have 4 ballistic. So realistically, you're not going to be throwing 4 AC2s on here. I could see maybe a UAC 5 or some type of UAC 5 and machine guns, especially now with the light machine guns being used. And of course, we can take a quick look at what those look like. Quick. Gauss rifle in the arm. Very similar to what was in it previously with the autocannons. Let's see the light machine guns. SRMs or MRMs as well. Let's do an MRM 20. And then because peeps. This is the location of all the weapon hardpoints. You can see. You could do 3 AC2. Also, too, for Quirks, we didn't go over those really quick. Let me go ahead and mouse over this. We have ballistic cooldown at 10%, ballistic range of 10, and then structure across the board. So that 10%, that'll help with any of the ballistics. Of course, racks aren't affected by it, and or machine guns aren't affected by cooldown.
Hard points are crap. I don't necessarily agree with that. I feel like we're getting into a funny place with hard points, where like everybody would want all of our weapons on like tent poles going up, 20 feet over our mech's head, and all weapons should be up there or something like that. I don't feel like the hard points on that mech are that bad.
So right there, I could see SRMs, light machine guns, and snubs, large pulse, medium pulse as well. Obviously not as energy heavy or laden as the others, and or missile. So really, again, it's to utilize the ballistic. So either do one medium-sized ballistic with a backup. Technically, we could do something like that as well. Instead of the MRMs, you could do like a UAC 10 or something like that, a UAC 5. I think at 10 you'd have to squeak that out. I think that's where you run into that. So plenty of options here. But aesthetically, I think this mech looks very sexy. That's what the hard points are, guys. I know some people will like it, some people won't. But this is what aesthetically and what the mech is capable of. No ECM, of course, it is jump jet capable. So there's that. Engine size, again, all the way down to a 360. And again, that fits in line with, I think, the majority, if not all. Yeah, that fits in line with all the other Griffins, 360 max. So, quite nice. Except for the arm, really the energy is right below the cockpit, so if you can see it, you'll hit it. Same thing with missile, MRMs, if you can see it, or SRMs, you'll be able to shoot over. So that's quite nice. And that camo, man.
That is beautiful. That is like one of the epic patterns for sure.
Yeah, that's some high quality texture there.
I like the idea of sticking a telephone pole on top of every mech and just mounting all the weapons on top of that.
Yeah, you could do dual heavy peeps and light machine guns as well. I mean, there's plenty of combinations with this. And this is one of those mechs that a light engine would actually be really beneficial in, right? Because you could tank with your right side and hit with your left. So there you guys go. And just so I'm not missing anything, I'm just going one by one. All right, we're gonna go to the clan rewards now, and this is for the Kitfox, or as it's better known, the Cute Fox. Go take a look really quick at this little thing.
Did you show off the quirks of the...
Yes.
Okay. Again, guys, if you missed anything, these will be up on YouTube today.
Like I said...
Go back and check it out.
Oh, we'll be showing off those. I'm just showing off as we go along. Don't worry about it. Lots of little details in the camo pattern. Right?
When will we have a mech with a melee weapon? We already do. The Stormcrow, those little tiny hands. Yeah. That's what they're for.
All right, so what does this bring to the table for the Kitfox? This is actually quite interesting, Darren and Chris. I don't know if you're aware of this, but it does bring a left arm ECM module. Now, previously the Kitfox has one. It's in the right arm with 1 energy and 3 AMS, and that's where the Utila Kitfox comes from. But this one has, and as you can see, you can only mount 1 ECM. I know that was, people were asking that. But as you can see here, now you can mount it, and then you can't mount it here. This changes things. So this switches to where this doesn't have any weapon hardpoints at all. But what that allows you to do is on a right side heavy now, you can technically take 4 energy. And that 4 energy comes from the hardpoints of the Purifier as well. And again, the torso right here, energy hardpoints. Grab those really quick.
Is dual ECM just for you get to pick where you want to put it? You can't use to, right? You can't.
No, I mean, you can only put it in the right arm. Now you can put it in the left arm. There's no... So where this is different is, whereas before, to get 4 energy, you had to bring the left arm as well, which means you'd have to up armor it as well if you wanted that 4th energy slot. Now you don't have to, right? Or I should say not 4th energy slot. I should say 6 energy, because previously your right arm, if you wanted ECM, you had to sacrifice that right arm, right? And so you'd have to do this. This is what previously, so you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and on the left arm you would then have to bring on one of these. Well, now you can do 2 torso mounts and the right arm with 2, and do 6 energy with the left arm of the new mech. So it does add some options here. I mean, either or, you still have to up armor the left arm, but now it's right side heavy. I think this is a better just sort of ergonomics, I guess, if you will, if you're gonna do the 4 medium or 6 medium laser setup.
Another factor to consider as well is that the left arm having the ECM also comes with it a 10% missile velocity quirks to kind of play into both the Kitfox G, but also the other Kitfox with all the missile pods as well. So you can...
Speaking of which, that's actually what this Omnipods bring. That if you notice here, the only weapon or hard points we have are the heroes, right? 2 energy. Now we have with this 2 missiles. So technically speaking, you can now do 4 missile with ECM, right? 2 in each torso, 2 in the arm. Or if you didn't care about ECM, you can now take 6 missile hard points as well. So again, just tossing this out there. You can do it to what you want. I'm just showcasing. You can do SRM4s. And we'd have this little thing right here. Of course, keep in mind, there's no jump jets here. You are ground bound at said point in time.
You can always get jump jets from the legs, though, if you wanted it.
So there's that. Duck fright. Well, considering you have 4 tons, you could do it. But like I said, I think the majority of people would potentially still take the ECM. And that would save up. You could easily drop, again, to SRM6s if you want on that, on the torso at least, and get those missiles back. So again, 6 tons, 4 SRM6s. All right, so that's what this Kitfox brings to the table. New torso missile mounts, a left arm ECM slot. You aren't able to bring 2 ECMs. I know people are asking. Only 1. And yeah, so that's where those mounts are. And again, someone was just asking about the SRAMs. Pretty much the same thing. Eye mounts.
You didn't do anything with the armor, so the loadout might change it a little bit.
Yes. So that's the Kitfox, the cute fox, and this is the G loyalty. I think it just brings options that the chassis. So whereas before you had to split 2-2. And on this left arm 2, if you wanted a right arm option now, you have that. I guess that's the difference. Do you want a left heavy side or a right heavy side with 6 energy if you're doing that setup? Now you have a choice. You can do left or right. I think the majority are, right side to, left, right torso, and then right arm. But we have options there. Navid, it's on the default missile pods as well. Just the glow. Just there's more of it showing. It's like a chrome almost. You can bring 6 SRM6s if you don't take Artemis. Yep. Be a little hot, but you can do it. All right. You guys want to see? Do you want to see the linebacker first? Yeah, well, let's do the linebacker because.
Hut.
I like the linebacker. It's such a fun mech. Very dark colors, though you can see there's a lot of little details in here, and they pop a little bit more once you start changing the base default colors. So go ahead and do that really quick.
We will show the remaining cockpit items, including the bagpipes, when we're done looking at the mechs, guys. And the bagpipes are pretty damn badass.
Yeah, I think people with that, people will want those and put them in.
Oh yeah,
Highlanders
and anything. It's actually, in my opinion, one of the top 10 sounding Warhorns. Yeah, we'll also show the blue and red star cockpit, and we'll show everything, guys.
A little bit of red. All right, so what does this bring to the table that the others don't? Well, first off, set of 8 quirks, by the way. This gets heavy laser duration, -5%, base armor, energy range of 5%. So if you just keep these stock omnipods the way they are, you get some laser duration. Now, jump jets. Jump jets plus 1 energy, and this is actually unique because we do have other energy options out there. But if you were to take one of these torsos plus the others, you can do some unique combos. But the first thing that popped in my mind with this setup was what setup we already see out there with this, which is the dual heavy peep, or dual peep. Well, as you can see, because of those jump jets, it does eat into tonnage. So if you want one set, you're actually better off with just swapping out to one of the other, just say the right or left, something like this. You're actually better doing that because then you have more tonnage going towards double heat sinks. And that would allow you, again, to take those. Now, I'm going to show you something. That energy slot is low. It's not mounted high. It's down low. That's going to throw off some people. So it's not as high, obviously, mount as the other. And I believe, double check, that the other right torso, this happens as well. Yes. So, if you're just taking just the H mounts, that's where they are. And if we reset this and we look at, it's the same thing with the energy. So it's not a PPC thing, it's just this is where the energy mounts are. So if you take a different omnipod, that's what's going to happen. So just keep that in mind. Now the good news is, even though that looked high or low, the good news is it's right there at the cockpit level pretty much. So I don't think it would affect you as much as one might think. And again, taking the peeps setup. I run 6 mini pulse on this a lot. So, and this is the one with the ballistic. So again, it's nothing new. There is a better right torso ballistic to take, and then a right torso energy with just the 1 energy. That goes mounts high. So there you guys go. There. So that pretty much is what this brings to the table as far as mechs, is the capability of jump jets on linebacker. Now, my normal setup, like 6 medium pulse, I would have to sacrifice quite a bit here, right? So I don't know if I would do that. Yeah, I don't know, because I'd need the other torso. Normally, I just do torso mounts. It does have a CT energy as well. But do I want to give up that and potentially go like a right arm or left arm to make up the difference? But then I would also have to lose tonnage somewhere. I don't know. I don't think I would take jump jets on my 6 medium pulse setup. But for dual peep or something like that, I can see people doing that.
Did you know that there's a new gaming chair that has butt coolers?
What?
Now, I never knew that
Do you have
having a hot ass was a problem with
swamp
I thought
ass?
it would be the other.
It's swamp ass. That's what it is.
Like I would have figured heaters would make sense to me, but coolers? That's a new
I
one.
could see coolers working. I could totally.
You could use that in the middle of the summer.
All right. So last but not, we also have to show off. Someone was asking about the cockpit item. That is what that looks like. Right here. They're right next to each other too, at the very bottom.
Yes, Rubellite Oasis will for sure be available in private lobbies as all maps.
All right, so Darren, I'm actually pretty excited for this Victor.
Are you?
Yes, this is the
Wait,
9.
are you doing? Okay. I thought you were doing cockpit items.
I showed off the one, the little ball thing. So, what does the 9A1 bring? Well, I'm glad you asked. This is what it brings to the table. The ability to take heavy gas, dual heavy gas, if one may. And one might. I don't think you'll need doubles, but we can switch those if you want.
Awesome camo. That's what it brings, right?
Sorry, it's just really cold right now. So this is unique because this mech comes in comparatively to the 9B and 9S, right? The 9B and 9S, which have the ability to take the AC-20 in the right arm with SRMs in the left torso and energy in the left arm. Now this comes along and has the ability to take left torso ballistic and left arm energy, which is so freaking cool in my opinion. So now you can do that AC-20 plus whatever you want, snubs if you want, just for shits and giggles, whatever, with a light engine. And yeah, it's a thing now. So this mech in particular, I think, is going to be very, very interesting to watch. And I think it's going to be quite popular because of that. The dual heavy gas option, the dual AC-20 option. We have two mechs coming out, the Thanatos, right, and this, that are bringing dual ballistic torsos, triple technically. Someone was asking me about triple AC-10s yesterday. So funny, we now have a mech that can do triple AC-10s as well. And that's pretty freaking cool. Can you do, actually, I'm just gonna do for science here. We're gonna check something, Darren.
Science
for
is
science.
up.
For
Tasumi,
science.
I'm sorry, I can't answer that for you. You'll have to check out the website, MWO Mercs. I think there's some info there on a recent post that shows what you need to get the various loyalty rewards and so forth. I don't know off the top of my head. I'm sorry.
Dude. Oh, you can totally do it.
Look at that beast.
Did you do 3 AC-20s?
Oh, I thought you were doing AC-10s.
No, I was like, someone asked, can you do it? And I was like, I don't know if you can.
Look at that.
Now, granted, you're going 47.6 kph.
Yeah.
But hey, that's like 1 kph slower than Annihilator.
Oh my goodness.
Now, quirk-wise, you do have energy cooldown, laser duration, missile cooldown, but you don't have any ballistic cooldown. Also to note, you do have armor and structure quirks, and the right and left torso only get structure. Some might call foul on this, but I do want to point out that this mech has the potential to invalidate the 9B and 9S, whereas they have full armor quirks and are strictly brawl. But triple AC-20, is this the first mech that could do it?
Who needs speed?
I think this is the first
triple
mech.
AC-20s. That's right.
I think one of the Annihilators can do it.
Triple AC-20? I don't think so.
I think so.
No, I think it's double or
Any Annihilator masters out there that have triple AC-20s?
I know one of them comes with out the lower torso arm mounts. I was not sure what version it was.
All right. I feel like
actuators are keeping the Annihilator from doing it.
Yeah, yeah. I'm saying AC, not UAC 20s, ladies and gentlemen. Anyways, this is what the Victor brings to the table. And like I said, it's quite interesting because I think what this fixes on the 9S and 9B design is it lacks missile, but it makes up in the ballistic and energy being on the left side. And now we have a left side torso. So again, you can do Gauss and whatever you want on this side. Gauss, Pulse, you can do Gauss, ER large. And this is quite high mount, but again, heavy Gauss plus snubs with a standard. There are plenty of things that you can do with this particular design. And again, dual heavy Gauss, that's a thing. Dual AC20, AC20 plus whatever. That's actually, I've been using that to quite good effect with snubs and AC20 as well. And now we have a mech that is able to take plenty of those, right? Even if you just do 2 or 3 with a light engine. And again, the new tech really bringing to bear what some of these mechs are now capable of doing.
In testing for this one, I found that triple AC10 plus MRMs plus a decent engine cap with some jump jets is pretty nasty.
So there's that. Also, because this mech does have only one missile hardpoint, but to note, you do have a missile cooldown of 20%. I can see Proton throwing on an MRM 30 and going to town. Could you do something like an AC20 here? Do you have mini version of it? Things happen for reasons. And reasons happen for things. I'm just tossing that out there. And of course, this is what the MRM looks like. It's the torso now. Of course, you can do multiple ballistics. As I was pointing out, you could do multiple LB10s. You can do LB20s as well. And of course, you can do the triple AC 20, which is hilarity. I'm not going to worry about armor right now, but as you can see, I'll go ahead and just max this out just so you guys can sort of get a feel for how much tonnage. So IS is getting 2 mechs that are capable of doing dual heavy Gauss and or AC20s or triple AC20s, double AC10s. Pretty strong. I like this. I like this for the Victor. The problem with the Victor with the 9B, 9S, and even the 9K and all those is that the left arm, right arm, there's always a disconnect there, right? So now you don't have to worry about that as much. But here is the mech fully armored for those that wanted to know how much tonnage you have available. So fully maxed out armor, you're at 19.5 tons out of 80. Yeah, camo on the Victor, camo on the Griffin looks sexy. Like, super, super, super nice. Here's the base camo or base color you can see here.
I feel like all these patterns are just home runs.
Yeah, well done.
Beautiful mechs.
I like them.
Guys, we're still doing one final Thanatos Ultimate Pack giveaway. Hashtag Thanatos2 in chat right now. As soon as we're done showing off all these mechs, we'll give that away.
You guys wanted to hear the Warhorn, right? I have a feeling this is going to be a popular one. Here we go. I feel like that should be the heavy metal Warhorn by default. Like, isn't that like, it's a Highlander with bagpipe Warhorns. That should be a thing.
It sounds so good, man.
Hold on.
That's some good bagpiping.
Duck fright just means you got to kill a lot of stuff, man. As a Scotsman, I approve. Zolan, very nice. One more time for you guys.
Surprised it's not playing Danny Boy.
Right.
All right, so
That's a license-free song, isn't it?
let's take a quick recap here. The Victor coming in here is a strong contender against the others, especially when it comes to the 9B and 9S, which are quite strong in the brawl sense. But the problem I've always had with the 9B and 9S is it's a right side ballistic with left side of everything else, and so you can't really shield either way. The 9A1 coming in allows that to slightly change with a good slot for ballistic on the left torso, right there complementing with the left arm, along with the new tech, along with the ability to do double ballistics in each torso. Is it as tanky? No, it doesn't have the armor quirks that the 9S and 9B have, but to balance them out, I'm actually okay with that. It's the only IS mech that can do triple AC-20. What? Like I totally didn't think. I was like, no, there's no way. That's not possible.
Just gonna have fun with that.
I like this. Of course, one missile isn't an issue anymore for mechs, especially assaults, because you can throw on an MRM 30 or 40 and, well, eat a MRM or 30 or 40 and it hurts. Let's recap on the heavy side of things, which is the Thanatos. Across the board, I like this. I think it's going to be a fun mech. Is it going to be the top tier? I think what's going to be interesting is how does it perform against, let's just say, Laser Bomb Evan or Hellbringer or Timby, or like how does it feel? We don't know how the hitboxes are going to be, and I know that's a big question for a lot of people. But again, going back to the 5S, the ability to do double ballistics in the torsos, the 4S, and the others that have the high mount energy as well, dual peeps. I dig the aesthetics of the Thanatos. I think it looks cool. It looks military, and so there's that for me. And I know Darren gets that as well. We have the linebacker coming in with jump jet capability in the torsos, which none of the linebackers have. Are you going to take it? That's a question now you have to sacrifice. If you have the energy hard points in the left right torso, is it worth only having one? So potentially dropping a medium pulse or something like that. I think someone who runs the 6 medium pulse or something, or 6 ERs or something type of setup, yeah, it'd probably be worth it. Is it worth it for the ER peep? I think it would be, but only one set of hard points. And you just have to keep in mind that that hard point right here is right below cockpit level. So I don't think it'll impact in a negative way of you being able to shoot and engage, but it's not as high mount as the energy mounts up here on some of the others. Again, I can see some balance in that, Chris. Moving on to the mediums, we have the Griffin. And by far, I would say this is probably one of the, I guess, beautiful is the term to use, camo patterns we've had thus far. Like, look how, I mean, that's nice and sharp in the mech lab. All the little details, pretty cool. High mounts on the Griffin. Both energy mounts are right here. Missile mounts are right here with 4 ballistic. You're not going to utilize all 4 ballistic as far as heavy ballistic weapons. One, you just don't have the tonnage into crit space, but I dig it. It's very nice.
It is beautiful.
So I can see heavy, and since the new tech, heavy peeps, MRMs, heavy peeps, ER peeps, PPCs, or SRMs, a light engine in this, a few jump jets, maybe 4 light machine guns for crits, and go to town. But that is very, very nice. Like, Darren, I do think we need to find out who our next podcast guest is going to be, and I think we just locked that down.
I think, yeah, we'll have to figure it out.
Locking it down. Of course.
420 people watching right now, by the way.
We do.
Just saying.
To recap again, we have the new Kitfox. What does it bring to the table?
Fox. Somebody said Murder Fox.
Well, this one's a Dorbs Fox. Okay, I didn't make the name up. It was there. Brings 2 missile hard points to the torsos, whereas before the only torsos are energy. So you can do 6 missile hardpoints on this now. You can also take left arm instead of right arm ECM. And so it offers the ability to do 6 medium lasers or 6 energy with the right side set up instead of left. So you have that as well. And then we have the herbs. The cute, adorable herbs. What does it bring to the table again to recap? Missile, 2 missile, 3 energy. 1 on the torso, 2 in the arm. Pretty much the same type of quirks you'd expect. Armor, weapons, and a pretty cool looking camo pattern as well. But out of all of them, all of the camo patterns, the Griffin wins the nicest camo pattern in the release. But we have the Thanatos, these mechs, the loyalty mechs coming out tomorrow, as well as Rubellite Oasis, which I will drop on again for those that missed this earlier. And just want to say thank you again, guys, for coming out. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. Darren, are you doing another giveaway? What are you doing?
Yep. Why don't you fly around Rubellite, and while you're doing that, we'll do the giveaway. Hashtag Thanatos2 right now, guys, in chat. I'll give you 60 seconds to enter. And yeah, here we go with Rubellite Oasis. The city map is early next year. That's the last I heard. So I'd look at like first quarter.
And if you haven't listened to the podcast, you need to make sure to do so. We have a SoundCloud link down below. We can make sure to drop a link directly in chat after the Thanatos spam. But we sat down with John, and he's the level designer, or one of the level designers over at Piranha Games, who just designed this map. Now, aesthetically, he had no say in that. He said that was more of a Dennis, the art side of things. But as far as layout for Rubellite Oasis, we have a multi-tiered, multi-height map that's going to allow movement left, right, center. And of course, like I said, the cool thing is there is walkways everywhere to where if you're not able to engage directly, you can go right, you can go left and reposition. And I'm digging the aesthetics. As you can see, the fog isn't an issue for gameplay. You're able to see pretty far distance. That it's more of a just ceiling height aesthetics. It is a little bit hot. It's I would say it's on par, I believe, with Tourmaline. So just keep that in mind. So you can see I'm running around here. I'm at 9%. Granted, I don't think this has much heat sink, so I think that's why too.
All right, and here we go. The winner of the second and final Thanatos Ultimate Pack is...
at 25%.
Death's Riddle.
Target
Congratulations,
acquired.
Oh,
Death's
very
Riddle.
nice. Congrats, dude.
Whisper me back. Let me know you're here. You got 60 seconds to claim your prize. And guys, of course, this mech does come out tomorrow with the patch. New map, new mech, loyalty mechs, everything. Be sure to check out all your regular streamers. There will be giveaways. We'll be doing giveaways, so there'll be more Thanatos giveaways from us and, like I said, from other regular streamers of Mech Warrior Online. So be sure to check that out over the coming
25%.
week or two. And still looking for Death's Riddle. I hope you're out there, sir. You got 30 seconds.
Fuel at 25%.
There he is.
Fuel at 0%.
Yes. So I'm pretty excited. There's not a whole lot as far as small changes as far as gameplay. You can go read the patch notes. But as far as mechs and the new map and myself, I'm looking forward to this. I think the gameplay is gonna probably be the most solid on. I think I said it on the podcast. I think this is gonna be one of the best gameplay maps. Just running around here, seeing how things operate.
Oh, you know what? It's funny about Death's Riddle winning this.
Yeah.
He's already got the ultimate pack.
Oh, does he? Is he passing it up? Is he gonna give it to someone?
Nope.
No, I'll work with him and get him a different pack. Not gonna get punished for being a good customer.
Yeah, if you notice the back toes of the mech, they come together. It's a little animation that a lot of people probably don't see. The little rear toes there on the mech. They pinch inward. There is a lot of little stuff like that. The spider, the little flaps, stuff like that.
Weapon.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is gonna wrap up your sneak peek preview of the Thanatos and Loyalty mechs along with Rubellite Oasis. We've ran around now twice on this map. I'm looking forward to playing it tomorrow. It's gonna be interesting seeing the battles that occur. Like I said, so many places to maneuver that it really is one of, I think, the best maps we've had or will have in MWO with the verticality and the areas of approach, and in this case, repositioning. Not retreating, just repositioning. We will be going live as soon as possible tomorrow after the patch.
Fuel at 25%. Fuel at 0%.
It's actually quite large, yeah, as a map. Especially when you look at like the square footage, everything has multiple layers, right? There's almost like 3 layers. So even though, yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I think that total size-wise, it's actually much more of a medium-sized map, but because of all the verticality and all the structures in between, it's going to feel a lot larger than, you know, what the actual square footage of the map actually is.
And just so you know what a good guy he is, Death Riddle is actually donating his pack to a fellow unit member.
Oh, very
Somebody
nice,
specific. Very nice of him. Anyway, guys, these videos will be up on YouTube. We'll post that link as soon as they are ready. There'll be 2 separate videos, one for the Thanatos and one for the Loyalty mechs. Appreciate everybody being here today, and very much looking forward to trying out all this new stuff tomorrow with y'all. And thank you, Chris, for being here as well.
Yeah, no problem. I'll be joining you guys tomorrow for the Patch Day stream.
Heck yeah.
Someone has a question and says, will the Bagpipe Warhorns be available for purchase?
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have the answers to that. Nobody's in the office for me to poke real quick and ask. We'll have to find out tomorrow as far as...
I'm sure that would have to be a...
But you know,
that's a pretty awesome
I have been
Warhorn.
doing Warhorn giveaways. So for those Warhorns that are exclusive and aren't for sale, that's one way to get those. But we'll find out as soon as we can.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for me today. And Darren and Chris, just want to say thank you again. We have a fun patch, new mechs, new map coming out tomorrow. When the patch goes live, we will go live on the channel. Just want to say thank you again. As we're wrapping up here, though, I do want to give some shout outs. We had some new resubs in the chat. We had Augusta, thank you for that resub 4 months in a row. We had True North with 14 months in a row. Devil Crown 7 months in a row. And we had a new sub. I'm probably gonna butcher this. Is it TST Anubis? Thank you for subbing via Twitch Prime to the channel and supporting NGNG TV. And of course, if you are new, make sure to click that follow button above. If you want to help support us, you can become a sub. If you have Amazon Prime, you can sub absolutely for free via Twitch Prime. It takes about 30 seconds, dude. It's a great way to support not only us, but any Twitch channel entertainer you watch. I'll do my best to earn you coming back. Dimzy, thank you for that resub. 10 months in a row. Thank you, sir. Just want to say thank you again, guys, for coming out. It's a pleasure doing these things. That Victor, that Thany really have my interest from a gameplay standpoint, especially the Victor. I really do dig the Victor, and that sort of fixes 2 of the issues I've had with it, which is now it's able to do the left side ballistic with the left energy, and oh my, oh me, being able to do triple AC-20, that's a first. So anyways, just want to say thank you again for all the support.